From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max, of course, at my bar, where we always are, brought to you by our good friends at Dasher and Hot Spring Spas of Jacksonville. It's time for the Be Teal segment with Brian Sexton. Ken Brady from 1010XL is here, and Wally Conway from the Residential Inspectors of America is here. Let's get into it at the bar. Ken Brady, how are you, my friend?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Welcome back to the bar. I know you're a busy man with everything going on at 1010XL, and man, you guys are doing a great job covering the combine, I have to say, after watching what they did all the past couple of days they've been up there.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, great to have you. Brian Sexton.
It's a radio station, you're talking about watching. That tells you how different the media is.
You're right. You're right about that, but you're hearing it on audio and video now these days.
The first day I showed up in town almost 30 years ago, this is the first person I met.
Really?
Ken Brady was at WOKV. And
didn't even know that.
Walked through the door, and there's Ken.
Yeah.
He's like, who are you? I said, just wait, you're about to find out.
That's awesome. Wally Conway, how are you, pal?
I'm marvelous.
Good to see you, man. You're looking marvelous.
I got to tell you about Ken Brady, too.
Yeah, let's go. When did you meet Ken? Second day you've been here? Ken Brady.
Also WOKV 20 years ago.
Yep.
And I'll tell you something very sincerely. The radio business has a lot of turds in it. There are people they're not pleasant people. On the microphone side, there's a lot of egos.
Yep.
On the sales and business side, there's a lot of aggressiveness. That is one nice, fine man.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. A very successful radio sales manager, I might say. 1010XL does very well. But like Brian's saying, like the future of radio, there's a lot of YouTube, there's a lot of video. You got to keep up with the times. You guys are doing it.
Yeah, so first of all, it's great to see you guys. And I've got a couple little stories here and there, but I know we got segments. No, but actually, Brian and I we sat next to one another. And so it was awesome back then. And to see, your success and how it's evolved, it's just wonderful. And Wally, gosh, the mentorship and everything you've done for so many people, is just fantastic.
Absolutely.
Now, it's interesting you say the video. Our general manager, Steve Griffin, is an adapter of, hey, everywhere our audience can consume us, we want to have content.
Right.
So right now, it's expensive to do that because the revenue lags.
Yep.
But what we're doing is, everywhere we go, we want to make sure we're putting out something fun. We want to make sure that the shows are visible, that the interviews are visible, that we're producing special features that are entertaining to engage that audience. And it's working. Our numbers of people who are wanting to be a part of that are growing. We had 2,000 Instagram followers a year ago. It's up to 10. 10 may not seem like a lot, but it's
a good growth, though. That's good growth.
And honestly, we want to serve that audience that may not necessarily be listening to the radio.
Right.
So where are they going to consume us? And we want to be there and make sure that we're a part of their day.
Well, and so much of what we do is now podcasting, right? I mean, it's set aside, it's on demand as opposed to, hey, the show's on at 4 like it used to be. And that allows the video element to come into play. I mean, you were a guest on my Jags AM show, which is primarily a YouTube phenomenon, right? I would be the guy who plays it in the car because I'm old school. Podcast is still radio to me. But more people are listening, are watching than listening, and they see what's going on. That's just the function of having a phone in your hand.
Yeah. I think for me, in my car, Wally, I've got the radio on or I've got my playlist on. I don't listen to books. I don't listen to I don't know why. That's just my habit. Now, when I'm at home, when I have time, absolutely. I'll turn on YouTube. I'll check out what's going on. I'll check out what we're doing at 10 times.
I don't watch any YouTube while driving.
No, you can listen. You can listen without looking at it.
I have a question for Ken. I'm curious. Clearly, you're following the needs of the listener, the watcher, the eyeballs and the earballs. What's the lag of getting advertisers to understand these transitions? Because we got to fund these things or they don't happen.
So the lag is really the sheer number of engagements for results. So radio or any medium, the more eyes or ears that you have, the mathematical equation of success with a good message will be achieved. So as an example, if you have a radio station, or radio show rather, that has 30,000 people listening to it, your chances of getting results for your customer are greater because the math's in your favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you have an Instagram account that has 10, it shrinks.
Yep.
So what we do is we Happy Meal it. So if you're buying a program with us, we have all different elements to offer you. So we believe that gets you better results. So people can see it, they can hear it, and it just increases that frequency factor.
It's the ammo you need to sell, really.
Yes.
Other than the personal connection, and wanting to be on, the exposure that you do get, but that's your ammo. Like, how many people are actually watching or listening?
Well, I think you probably agree, it creates a new audience that you can go and chase. Look, I've got 18, 19, and 22-year-olds. If you say AM or FM, they don't know, right?
True.
Right.
What's AM? They don't understand it. I mean, we're old radio guys. What do you mean you don't know what AM is? But if you say, well, you can go to your Instagram account or you can go to the YouTube account and you can grab that, well, that's how they consume it.
Yep.
So now you get the old radio guys like us, right? And then you get the newer generation through the Instagram. Because that's truthfully where it's all headed anyway.
Yeah. Well, traditional radio will be around forever.
No doubt, but that younger generation is more on their phone, right? So they're getting the 1010 app.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let me ask you this. When's the last time you watched a movie on your phone? Because my kids, they're watching TV shows and films on their phone. I'm like, man, that's
I watched Masters of the Air last night on Apple Plus on my phone because my wife had the TV.
Yeah, great stuff, guys. Ken, thanks for coming here, Wally.
Hey,
always a pleasure. B, always great to have you. Make sure you check out their great profiles and this conversation and many, many others here on The Horse's Mouth. Just go to the dailynewsnetwork.com website and you'll get it all right there. So until next time, y'all stay safe out there and be cool. And we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
The coach should be going to bed at night thinking about the athlete and how they're going to help that athlete improve. They shouldn't be worrying about how am I going to quantify their improvement, or am I going to have to keep up with all this information? Those things that are kind of background to the coach focusing there on the athlete. And so what Dasher does is it takes all those side things away, allowing the coach to focus then on the athlete.